Hey guys, it's Grim. So today I'm going to be making a video about Dio in the world versus Kira and Killer Queen, with Bites of Dust and all that, while I'm playing as Dio and other Dio against Kira and other Kira. So let's just get right into it. Alright, for range attacks, I'd say Kira wins it out, but Dio could also manage to win his way. So with Kira, he has Stray Cat, which are those little explodey bubble things, and you can't see them. So unless Dio did something like he did in part 3, screw his finger around his head, spurt blood all over the place, I don't think he'd really see him. Although he could stop time if he got suspicious and move out of the way. But let's just say Dio doesn't avoid them at all. They would do a little bit to him if, Kira aimed for his head and stuff. But I don't think Dio would dodge him or anything. So Kira wins that one out, but if he did, Dio has those throwing knives, which seem to be infinite, but if he stops time, then what can Kira really do? He can't avoid him, can't use Bites of Dust, because Hayato probably wouldn't be there, and why would Dio ask Hayato about Kira in the first place? So, I'd say Kira wins that one out. In terms of their actual abilities, I'd say Dio wins it because he can stop time. All Kira can really do is reverse time if someone asks Hayato about, Kira or anything. And, he has Stray Cat and explosions, but I think Dio would notice his ability first time and just would avoid getting touched or, avoid going near anything that Kira would touch. So I'd say Dio wins out in abilities just because Kira's way too predictable and, it took even Kakyoin and the Stars Crusaders a while to notice what the ability was. For close range, I'd say that either one really has a fighting chance, because all they can really do is barrage attacks and stuff, and what would one do to win against the other? They both have barrage attacks. Maybe Dio, because he can stop time, and regenerate and stuff. Can have his limbs taken off and just put them back on. But I'd say that probably Dio would win that, but Kira, he has a chance too. So let's say Kira would win, right? What would the conditions be for Kira to win? So first off, he'd have to be very unpredictable, like Dio couldn't. So let's say that Kira wins it, right? Outcome 1. Kira couldn't stop time or reverse time or do anything with time, really. So there's two different outcomes in my opinion. Outcome 1, Kira wins. Outcome 2, Dio wins. Pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go into them a little bit. So outcome 1, Kira wins. What would the conditions be for Kira to win? I think that the conditions for Kira to win would have to do with him being unpredictable and Dio kind of not knowing anything. Dio's a pretty smart guy, so I don't think that would happen, but let's just say, he does. So, but all three of Kira's abilities are very predictable if he finds out how to use them, right? Or how he uses them. So, if Kira touches pretty much any surface, he can explode it, including Dio, right? So if he manages to even touch his head or something, like his headband, it would explode and pretty much instantly kill Dio. But, Killer Queen's range isn't that far, so I would say that he'd have to use Stray Cat and the first ability of a stand at the same time to be able to defeat Dio. But Dio could also kind of avoid that. Then I don't really know how he could use Bites of Dust. I don't think he could, unless Dio asks Hayato a question. But I don't really think that would happen. So outcome 2, Dio wins. This is more likely. So Dio's a vampire. He has those little shooty laser eye looking things. He can freeze people. I don't know if he can still do that. He probably can. He can freeze time too. And, he has a bunch of barrage punches. Kira can do that too though. So, outcome 2, Dio wins. If he stops time, chucks a bunch of knives at him, just goes up to him, road roller da. Pretty much same thing if, Kira doesn't have time stop. So if he did the same thing that either Kakyoin, if he did the same thing that he did to Kakyoin, or the same thing that he did to Jotaro, A, Kira couldn't live through that because, he couldn't stop time. And B, Kakyoin didn't live anyway, so so I'd say Dio wins is more likely. So yeah, overall I guess Dio would win probably, but Kira has a fighting chance, I'd say. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Alright, so let me know what you guys want to see next too. Make sure to subscribe, click the bell, turn on notifications, all that, to make sure you know right when I upload. I'm gonna try to upload a little more now since I got my channel working and everything. So yeah, let me know what you want to see next. Alright, I'll see you guys later.